Thank you, Assistive Foundation, Jenny and Maurice, and thank you to my colleagues at TOBI Dynavox who have helped to inspire and contribute to this presentation on unlocking independence with TD Snap and Google Assistant. So we're going to explore how Google Assistant can be a game changer in the field of AAC, offering practical opportunities that help develop language, enhance environmental control, and promote independent living. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Idalie. Nice to meet you. Hello. And I joined TOBI Dynavox 5 years ago as an account manager. And today I am the sales manager for East and Central Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. And if you're unfamiliar with TOBI Dynavox, it's the world leader of assistive communication solutions. And I'm really proud of the work that we do. And I'm really passionate about building awareness of AAC solutions and building infrastructures that are sustainable in emerging countries. We have about 120 partners throughout the globe that support AAC users and the community of families and professionals that support them. And our local partner in Bulgaria is Interacta. So these are the high-level areas in which we work, and this group or these groupings represent a very wide range of AAC needs. And our solutions and tools help to support these users on their journey toward learning communication, reacquiring language, or gaining their independence. And our mission is to empower people to do what they once did or never thought possible, offering them solutions that give these individuals with disabilities a voice and promote independence through growing their communication and literacy. But really, it's about helping them to reach their potential. And an example of this is, anything from giving a child who can't speak, giving them a voice to ask for their favorite toy, to enabling someone to write a novel using their eyes. So we cater to a wide range of conditions and needs with state-of-the-art solutions. Oops, sorry. And it starts with the professionals. You are out there, many of you are professionals, supporting these learners and their families and caretakers. And we need to empower you to do what you never thought possible. And that's a goal for us as well. So it's not just about communication. It's about the experiences that shape and build on communication, about being exposed to school and peers and some of that technology that helps to control the environment or the home, and learning to interact with others and the world around them so that you can participate in more ways in society. So it's everything that makes people who they are and who they're going to grow into. And we want to empower families, caretakers, educators, therapists, with the tools that they need to help build literacy, emotional and social skills, even vocational skills, and eventually build this foundation that will enable people to be independent. So we're going to look at a little bit of the TOBI Dynavox ecosystem. We're going to look at what is TD Snap, and then we're going to get inside of how to work with Google Assistant and TD Snap as an AAC tool. And then we're going to see some examples of how you can use it with TD Snap users. So these are the hardware solutions and speech generating devices that enable learners and communicators to independently access their content, to interact with anyone, whether it's at school, in therapy, interacting online with friends or peers, ordering groceries on your Windows or your iPad operating system. So we're meeting the needs of AAC users and the professionals who provide assessments or therapy. And it's for different types of access methods to be able to support our users. So if it's touch or mouse alternatives, head-controlled mouse, scanning or eye tracking, two important things to consider here are that the access method or the best access method should be accurate, effective, efficient, and it should offer access to the most content possible for the individual. And that can be a combination of these access methods as well. And positioning, that's also really important in order for the user to be successful. So now let's look at TD Snap. It is a communication platform. It's easy to use, it's flexible, and it offers page sets for different needs, kind of like a record player with different records. So I'm going to introduce you to a few of these available page sets. And TD Snap is compatible on both Windows and iPad operating systems, and it supports all the access methods that we've just talked about. So the first page set that we're going to spend some time with today is Core First. And Core First is it's for symbol learners and for those that are transitioning to literacy. It fosters the development and the growth of communication, of language, of literacy skills for all ages. And it uses the same symbol language, PCS, which you may be familiar with from Boardmaker, with over 55,000 symbols and more coming to give access to a broad range of topics and vocabulary to help learners become independent communicators. You can select different grid sizes in TD Snap to give the most vocabulary that the individual can easily see and select with their access method, whether it's touch or eye gaze, scanning, or something in between or something else. And if you feel that the vocabulary is overwhelming for the particular individual, you can also hide some words and reveal them when you feel the individual is ready for more of a challenge. And this maintains their motor plan, which is really important as well for most individuals. Lastly, you can also set different user profiles for different clients based on their needs and their access methods. So you can have eye gaze for Anna, you can have switch scanning for Maria, and Lucas maybe is working with touch. So something to keep in mind when you're choosing the access method is if you notice that the individual is playing with a smartphone, he or she can probably access small targets and buttons. I know this may sound obvious, but we've come across this before, and it's good to keep in mind. So Core First offers all types of access to all types of language. So whether you're putting sentences together word by word, or you're communicating quickly with quick fire messages, you might be producing letter by letter production or spelling communication, or using pre-stored messages as well. All of the pages within the Core First page set will support you in modeling and teaching communication to or building communication skills with your user. So another page set within TD Snap is the text page set, and this is designed for people who can read and spell without symbol support, or who may be transitioning from symbol supports to literacy. And there are phrases that are organized by topic, and the keyboards offer word prediction to help make communication more efficient. Oops, sorry, I got trigger happy there. Lastly, we also offer an aphasia page set. It's a simple to use customizable solution for adults with aphasia and for their unique needs, including scene and context-based symbols that are more appealing to mature AAC users. And TD Snap Aphasia provides a means to communicate while supporting language recovery. It includes a whiteboard with also rating scales to express pain or an opinion on a numeric or visual scale. And it's easy to customize with different sizes and colors and levels of complexity. You also have word lists and scripts to help customize daily communication and therapy, and rehearsing routine conversation topics before they happen. So we all know that motivation is absolutely key to engaging an AAC user, especially the newer ones to AAC, and it doesn't always come from what we expect it to come from. We would like it to come from them wanting to communicate, and maybe parents might like it to come from literacy or academic achievement and social engagement, but more often than not, it comes from things like home control. Think about a child turning lights on and off in a room repeatedly, or running a blender. It might also come from activities like the playground, or playing with toys or games, or any other areas of interest. People are interested in all sorts of things. So there's one child that we had heard of who likes to play with garage doors. So how can we use those areas of interest to work on our goals of having them communicate? A great tool or tools that we have at our disposal that might not necessarily come to mind are taking advantage of apps and technology. I bet that almost everyone in this meeting today, at this conference rather, knows 2, 3, maybe all of these apps, and you've used them regularly, some more than others. And that's great because Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, browsers like Edge, Alexa, Google Assistant, TikTok, Google Home, Spotify, etc. They're just a few options that are available to help you spark up your communication and literacy goals with being a little bit creative and providing those additional motivating tools that will really engage your user. We know that we have to identify goals, determine what's motivating today because it's not the same as yesterday or tomorrow, most likely, and select the best apps and activities that address these goals that are consistent with the client's motivation. And if you're working with an individual, that motivation might not be quite specific. So that child that we were talking about that likes to open garage doors is an example of that. Maybe you're working with a group of students and maybe they don't all share the same interests, or perhaps there's a broader topic about like moving a broader activity, like moving around the classroom or music or sensory experiences or animals that you could employ. So Google Assistant is integrated into TD Snap, and TD Snap is designed to encourage independence by offering control over smart home functions and access to information via Google Assistant. So what is Google Assistant, you might want to know? It is a personal assistant, so it's a personal assistant. It enables opportunities for someone to dim the lights, to turn up the music, to get weather forecasts, to maybe click a button using eye gaze, touch, or switch. They can control and explore the environment with Google Assistant. And because it's built into TD Snap, you may not necessarily need any additional hardware to go along with it unless you want to enhance the experience, like using smart bulbs, etc. But we'll talk more about that. But some of the great things that you can also do are get answers, enjoy entertainment, control your environment, manage your tasks, which gives you autonomy, plan your time, gives you autonomy and independence to move about your day and plan your day. When we're looking at Google Home, you can ask for things like daily news, the bus schedule, so that you can commute to work, to check on the latest weather and traffic in your area, to know if that commute's going to be easy or not. It's snowing in Stockholm today, so maybe a little less so than some of my peers in warmer countries. You can also support your education and learning with Google, asking Google for information and answers. You can enjoy entertainment, play music, podcasts, news, radio with just a simple request. And you can also participate in activities with friends, peers, and family using these different elements of Google Assistant. And it promotes independent living. You can control your home. You can ask Google to turn the temperature up or down. You can turn the lighting on or off. You can even ask it to prepare you to start your coffee maker. And you can check who's at your door so that you can see, you have your security available to you very easily. These are just some tools that are widely available commercially that you can, that are available at a low cost and allow you to control your home. You can install them rather quickly using traditional environmental control systems. You plug them in, add some settings, and then you're up and running. You can use additional speakers to broadcast features, to speak to family members in other rooms, for example. It's great to say goodnight to your kids who are in a different room, or to call your assistant, to call for assistance from a carer. And that can look something like this. Hey, Google, play IR and switch adapted toys. Can you control the lights? You can close and open the blinds. You can close and open the door as well. You can also control audio and video entertainment. So it really is about using home control or object control, which is also something really fun for kids, like that child who likes to open the garage on and off. We talked about managing tasks. You can set alarms and timers. You can pull up your appointments on your calendar. You can remember to take your medication. So this really does empower individuals to have autonomy over themselves. And it's easy to set up. It's integrated into TD Snap. All you need is to have a Gmail or a Google account, and you open TD Snap, and then you sign into your account, and you're ready to go. And then once you're all set with that, you go into the dashboard to find the Google Assistant button. And then you go into the Google Assistant page, and that enables you to start interacting with Google Assistant right away. You don't necessarily need a Google Home device, but you might want to buy one if you're using, for example, a peripheral eye tracker, PCI rather. And if you have an iSeries or TD Pilot or an i110 that you're using, then it's built into the system. So you don't need any additional devices unless you want to enhance some of the home control functions, then you can. You can also install the Google Home app on your phone that helps you manage other Google products like Nest speakers and thermostats, etc. But there are, I think, hundreds of thousands of, or 100,000 different complementary solutions that work with Google Home for environmental control. So there are so many different options.
Idalie, we cannot hear the sound. Have you shut your sound?
It's okay. Thank you for letting me know. You don't actually need to hear the sound for this. It's more just to see what's happening on the screen and how people are interacting with Google Home in different, or Google Assistant in different ways. And in this case, you know, using their eyes maybe to dim the lights. It was just music in the background, but don't worry, it wasn't exciting music, so you didn't miss anything. And I'd like to talk a little bit about ways that you can use Google Home in order to interact some activities and help you target goals. So one thing, these are just some ideas that you can do. One goal would be to initiate interaction. So maybe the motivation is noises. Then you might ask Google Assistant to make some funny animal noises. And then, you know, you can be creative and use the same request for a peer or an adult for participation. And you can also add in taking turns, as well as encouraging a child to thank Google, and also expand to music interests. Another idea might be to learn the location of vocabulary in your communication software, and the motivation can be animals. So you can ask Google Assistant about different types of animals. A teacher can enter the first part of the sentence and the child ends with the animal. And this can extend to other categories as well. You can do this as a group activity. It doesn't have to just be one-on-one. So it's just very easy to use. And I promise I'm wrapping up, because I think I might be soon over time. You can also, maybe your goal is to ask questions socially. You can, the motivation is to interact with family and being helpful. You can ask Google Assistant how the person is doing and what the weather is. You can be creative and show where are the questions in the communication system for the family. You can ask others how they are, and you can ask a parent what clothes are needed. So there are lots of ways to utilize this to include participation, but also for motivation. I'm going to skip this one because I want to get to the last one, this one, which is my, I think, personal favorite. You can also spell high interest words, and the motivation maybe is learning about space and stars, and someone's really interested in that topic. So you can turn off word prediction and you can ask Google about planets. and share some funny things that happened by recreating errored sentences or sharing success with others. So there are a lot of different ways that you can use Google Assistant to build language skills, to gain autonomy, for participation as well. And in an education setting, you can explore cause and effect. You can get help with homework by asking questions, participate in educational games and classroom routines. You can research topics. You can fact check. Who doesn't whip out Google every so often to check that what their friend said was right? So you can enable others to do that as well. So the benefits are that you enable independence because all the commands are sent through the device. The user has independent control no matter their access method. You are sharing life skill opportunities, check the weather or what time the bus is coming, or the way to a local restaurant that's wheelchair accessible. You are providing an easy access to information. It could be to do a homework assignment or to research a travel destination, and you have this information available to you on the go. You also have opportunities to develop language skills. You can practice writing by sending commands and participate in classroom routines. And you also are have many opportunities to increase participation, maybe sing a bedtime song together or play a quiz as a family, and all these options are using Google Assistant. And lastly, you can maintain a role. Perhaps this is an adult with ALS, and this person was like the jokester of the family or the storyteller, or maybe a leading member of the community, and there are tools and activities that help that person maintain their role because they can continue to do so independently. So I just would like to close with some free resources. There is a Bulgarian TD Snap page set for Core First, for text and aphasia. And the Core First one is being localized by our partner Interacta and is coming soon. You can import it into TD Snap, and if you are not in Bulgaria and you're in a country where you would like to have TD Snap localized, feel free to reach out to me and we can walk you through how to best localize it and share it out to the community so that many people can benefit from it. Additionally, we have free resources on Toby Dynavox's website, MyTD Page Set Central, where there are free resources and page sets there that you can download, YouTube channel where you can watch videos, the Facebook community where you can interact with others and share experiences, and finally the Learning Hub where you can also seek out ASHA CEU credits and do this on your own time or explore any topic that you want to go deeper into. So this is a great e-resource for you as well. So finally, thank you to everyone, and I hope this was a helpful and useful conversation, a starter, an idea starter. Feel free to reach out to me or to Interacta if you would like to learn more about using Google Assistant or having a Core First page set of your own. Thank you.